All right, families of fine arts who are willing to help with mad science, thank you. These are really short clips to be able to just do the demos. We're starting with the first station, which is center of gravity. We'll start with some, you'll be starting with the ballet steps, which are releve. I'll come here, excuse my floor. Releve. You raise up onto the balls of your feet. If you're having trouble keeping your balance, press all your weight to your big toe. Use your big toe as much as possible and tuck your fanny in so you can have your own balance. The kids might have more trouble with this. Passe, you're going to go ahead, bring your body over, again centered over your foot, and bring your leg up to, I'm leaning on the wall, I'm cheating. Bring your toe up to your knee. Try not to rest it. It's very hard to keep this. That'll be the most difficult. The next is a développé. The développé, you're just having your leg out. Again, tuck your fanny and go ahead and put all the weight on the ball of the foot. Next one, we'll move over to balancing our butterflies. Each of the children will receive a butterfly, a cardboard butterfly, and the goal is to balance it on the tip, the very tip of the head, with your finger. You'll try to do that, and it will not work because you are not in the center of the object as far as the mass goes. The center would be here, and the children will try and they will be able to balance it there, but we're looking to balance on the very tip. You will be able to balance on the very tip of yours because you have added mass to your butterfly. If you have trouble, lick your finger. They'll always stick. Don't let the kids see you do it though. Try to cover it up. They will always balance. Then they will have the chance to receive these paper clips and try to do exactly the same thing. If there's extra time at the end, they will have the chance to color this. The next demo is your purse hook. So we added mass with the butterfly. Now we are lowering the mass. So we are now below the balance point. The balance point is on the table, and the majority of your mass is below the balance point. We have lowered the mass. If you were to try to balance it in this direction, it would never work. It would always fall. But because the majority of your mass is below the balance point, you then are able to balance that. You have a tightrope walker. This is just a wine cork with a toothpick put into the bottom and then 2 forks. Now we're looking at more of the ideas we were focusing on. So we are at the center, we have added mass, which are the forks, and we have brought that mass below the balancing point because the majority of the mass is here. You can then balance it on the tip of your finger or allow it to walk the tightrope. Feel free to allow the children to experiment with this. They'll be able to balance on a single point. If you remove the forks, which you can easily put them back in. Try to use the same points. You will not be able to balance the cork at all, nor will it balance on here. Our final piece, the children will experiment with balancing all 10 nails on one point. The single point is the one driven into the wood, and they will try to balance all of these nails onto a single point. We are looking to use all of the concepts they've already learned. We are looking for adding mass. We are looking for lowering the majority of the mass below the balance point. In this case, we're going to disperse the weight along one nail and allow them to experiment with this. There will be multiple stations for them to try. Encourage sharing. These are sharp nails, so good behavior is essential. And we can then pick that up and balance all of them on a single point. Our 3 major concepts here are to lower the center of gravity, disperse or widen the bulk of the mass, and to add mass.